range. And whenever I see a range in anything, I want to make sure that I'm above at least the 50 to 75%
range.
percentile.
Yeah.
So 30 is not good. 40 is not good. 50 is not good. You need to be 70 plus on your vitamin D level. And I see it all the time. Those individuals with low vitamin D, more susceptible to COVID, more susceptible to infection, less muscle function, less muscle mass. Vitamin D is a pivotal hormone, vitamin that is natural in our muscles, in our bones, in our brain, and in our focus. So vitamin D, don't get into that. And depression. Oh, we didn't even talk about the winter blues. My God, so many people are depressed because their vitamin D level is in the basement. So think about that.
Yeah, there is a link between vitamin D deficiency and mood. There definitely is a link. And, of course, now it's winter and it's cold, and so then that just compounds itself. So, and there's also a link, by the way, 84% of all Americans, we talked about this last hour, are omega-3 deficient. There's a link between omega-3 deficiency and mood. Actually, DHA in omega-3s help with brain health, and that can help with mood and can help with there's research on omega-3s and postpartum depression and all of that stuff. So anyway, Rescue Oracine, any of the omega-3s, all can help you with those energy levels as you age, those decreasing energy levels as you age. So Dr. Jeffrey Shapiro, is good job as always. Appreciate you very much, and I hope to talk to you soon.
Absolutely, Bobby. Thank you so much. And listen, the dose of Oracine, 1 to 2 tablets a day. You can take 2 in the morning if you want. If you are suffering from heart failure for any reason, just up it to 3 tablets a day. I want to make sure that people understand that.
Yeah, good. We never talk about dosage enough. That's a great point. Thank you, doctor, for doing that. That's important, folks. 2 a day. And if you said, if you have some heart issues, it can't hurt with 3. All right, Dr. Jeffrey Shapiro. Thank you, doctor. So the special, again, as we head to the top of the hour here and the end of the show, is buy $150 or more of any rescue products you want. Mix and match any way you want. When you buy $150 or more and use the coupon code 75OFF, you get $75 off that order. Plus, that gets you free shipping. Plus, you got the rewards points you've already collected. You can cash those in, and you're earning more rewards points at the same time. So buy $150 or more, get that $75 off and the free shipping. Coupon code 75OFF when you shop online at res-q.com. That's res-q.com, or when you call 1-800-26-ALIVE. Have a healthy week.
This program is paid for by N3 Oceanic Incorporated. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of N3 Oceanic or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
Robert Tarlow. I'm from Harleysville, Pennsylvania. My wife and I started with Crash Proof Retirement in 2023. With the Crash Proof Retirement System and the double-digit returns that we made in the first year that we were here, when the market went down, we didn't lose any of that money. The vehicles that we have continue to make money, and we did get double-digit returns again in 2025. To my friends and neighbors in the area, Harleysville and down in Glenside where I grew up, I would urge people to go to the William Penn Inn, go look at what they have to offer, because we are very happy with Crash Proof Retirement. They've lived up to everything that they said they would do, and it's given us a level of comfort that we didn't have before.
Schedule an appointment or register for our next event happening at the William Penn Inn on Tuesday, February 17th, 800-722-9728 or crashproofretirement.com.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group Studios, experience the power of one with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. Live and local with Tom Azelby on Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Good morning, Philadelphia. This is Tom Azelby on the Tom Azelby Show here every Saturday morning on 1210 WPHT in Philadelphia. You can listen on the Odyssey app, iHeart, or you can watch me stream on YouTube. You can also find me at Tom Azelby on Facebook, the Old Gravy podcast. I like to post up some clips after the show up there or different interviews I do. And I'm here every Saturday, 8 to 9. Kirk Corliss is producing today.
Good morning.
Good morning, Kirk. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic.
Okay, that's good to hear. I'll give you a little outline of what I got coming up, Kirk, for today and next week. I finally nailed down Dave Schratweiser. We're going to talk about that Netflix, the Philly versus the Mob. Dave was in it. Dave knows all about it because he was a crime reporter. So I think next week me and him are a go. I'll also give you a little bit of some Irish mobster talk with Dave too, because I'm kind of fascinated with that. I'm not fascinated with, well, I guess I am fascinated with Joe Biden because he's a bit of an old Irish mobster, but I'll save that to next week. Today, and I don't want to get your hopes up about this, Kirk, because I know you're going to love it. Zach X, let me just tell you about this guy. He might come on. The reason he might not come on is he still has a case pending. He's the guy. You can find him on X. He's Zach X. You just put it in the search and you're going to find him. So Zach is he's a pro-Trumper, but he goes out to these anti-ICE rallies out there in Minnesota, out in Minneapolis. And, he does his thing. He protests back, but he's like one man against like an army of radical anti-ICE leftists. So in one of these events, a guy's chasing him down with a bullhorn. Right. But Zach carries a bullhorn, too, but he doesn't put it in people's ears. He just carries his flag and talks to his bullhorn at all the anti-ICE nuts. So what happens in this situation? Some guy is putting his bullhorn. He's got a little red beanie on, and he keeps putting the bullhorn in Zach's ear. Zach, at some point, it's all he can stands, as Popeye would say, and he can't stands no more. And then he knocks this guy out, and then a swarm hits him of anti-ICers trying to fight him. He takes out, get a load of this, Kirk, and I'm sure you've seen the video.
I've seen it.
He takes out, I think, 4 people. I haven't done a head count, but man, he can throw hands, and I admire that. I'm not promoting violence in any way.
And you know what? What happened? Also, we talked about this off the air. I noticed there was a guy that was walking through, and I guess he was like a bystander. Trying to stop the fight. He took a swing at him too, and he went down like Joe Frazier.
Yeah, but that guy took a swing at Zach, right? And then Zach responded with a counter punch, right? No, he was a great counter puncher. He moved on his feet. He kept moving away from the crowd. It's great if you have a wall to back up to, but he didn't. He was out there on the grass. But there's one scene in it, and I hope I'm not. You guys can all go watch this video if you haven't seen it already. But one scene looks like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. The guy comes storming up to kind of attack Zach. Zach hits him, and the guy stands straight up and falls backwards. It was like cartoonish, to say the least. But here's the problem why Zach might not come on. And I actually, me and him were going back and forth is I don't think he actually said his lawyer doesn't want him doing any media, but I told him we won't get into the heart of the case. He'll just come on. I think he's got some legal issues. He might be fundraising too because of this. And I support him defending himself. And quite frankly, I don't like the anti-ICE people. And I'm going to get into the anti-ICE people, the one who are out there in the streets, because of a recent case that was solved 25 years later of a poor little girl, De Jesus. That's a local Philly story. I'm going to talk about that in relation to ICE, but they did catch her murderer 25 years later. I'm going to get into that later in the show. But that's on the agenda. Let's hope Zach calls in. If he doesn't, if you watch the video, you'll love it. It's really funny. If you don't like fighting, then don't watch the video. But other than that, it's pretty good. So how was your Friday night, Kirk? Were you out last night?
No, actually, I was home. I was working on Truth Be Told, and shameless plug, I was working on Barry's show for tomorrow, so I was working
I get it. That's a very big show. He's been talking about it. That's Barry Sable tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Right.
You know where I was last night, Kirk?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any idea what I was doing? I'm going to tell you because you don't know, but I'm going to tell you anyway. Of course, you don't know what I was doing last night. I was out dancing last night, Kirk.
Oh wow!
I was out. Yes, I was out dancing.
Good for you.
No one says that anymore. No one says I was out dancing. But last night I was out dancing with old friends, and we had a very good time. But I just find it funny. I like saying I was out dancing last night. So
women say that more often than men. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, women do say it, but it's still an old-fashioned word. I don't know if the younger people are like, "Hey, I was out dancing last night." But your host was out dancing last night.
Yeah, I'm probably the same age as you. And I don't think not many men will say that.
Yes, well, I'm not afraid to say it. That's what I was doing, and I was
good.
And I was out dancing with old friends that I've known for decades, and now I'm going to get in, and I'm going to talk to you about friends, and that's our friends and alliances in Europe. Okay, and maybe at some point, you want to change up your friends and find new friends, not the friends I was out dancing with last night. But my bigger point is this. Rubio was in Munich, and he was at the European Security Conference. And he gave a speech, which I think J.D. Vance gave a year ago. And the speech that J.D. Vance gave a year ago was harsh on our allies. That's Great Britain, France, Germany. He gave kind of a harsh speech, like, you guys got to buck up. You're so worried about the Russians and Ukraine and about your own security. Well, now instead of hiding under our umbrella of protection, which Americans have been paying for decades, you guys got to start doing the right things. And it was more from just their spending in NATO. It was the way they were approaching the world. And J.D. Vance gave them a very kind of strict speech to kind of, get your backsides in line. Rubio comes into Munich this year, and he gives more of a conciliatory, how we have to revitalize it, how we have to work together. And but it's all theater, quite frankly, because it's just Trump using the carrot and stick. And we don't want to break away from Europe, and we kind of have them engaged. They are spending more money, and we want to further bring them along. But what I think is we are moving away from these old relationships, and I'll name the countries: Great Britain, France, Canada, Australia. Then you can take the Nordic states like Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. These countries have gone very socialist, and they're very anti-American. And they're anti-American. They used to laugh and joke about Americans, and it was always like, oh, the crazy Americans. But now it's a little bit deeper. The culture has gone very left in these countries, and they really don't like us. And they like us a lot less because we're MAGA. They like our money. They like our protection. They like our music. They like our movies. But they don't like us, and they don't like our principles. Obviously, they like the people who are out in the streets protesting against ICE. They love our radical environmentalists. The European Union is definitely, if you're on the right in America, and listen, there's millions and millions, and things are just getting started with MAGA. I think things are forging ahead. If people don't like what Trump did this year, get ready. It's going to get worse next year before the election, regardless if we win or lose. There's no one stopping him at this point. He'll move in different directions because he's a counterpuncher. But the Europeans are going to continue to like us less and less. And here's the difference in our cultures now. We are becoming the MAGA movement is for more free expression, more free speech, more gun ownership, immigration controlled, and a smart immigration policy, a restrictive, but no more the illegals running across the border, 12 million. That's all over in America. And we are now realizing that all this green spending we did was a waste of money. You're all up there freezing. I don't want to act like, one weather event tells you if there's climate change or global warming. But the bottom line is, if there is climate change and global warming, people in the Democratic Party have no idea how to solve it. And then they just feed money to climate researchers and scientists to give them the data they want to hear. So they keep spending this wasteful money on windmills and all this nonsense that creates nothing. That will never be the solution. Most people know it's nuclear energy. But anyway, getting back to the Europeans, they are not with us. They are not with us at all. And I actually think America should start moving away from these type of allies. It's like nostalgic, but World War I was over 80 years. World War II was over 80 years ago. It's time to find people, your friends. It's a give and take relationship. We've been in a big take relationship. They were taking and not giving. And quite frankly, they don't have a lot to give. They're getting their immigration policies are so out of control. They're changing the whole culture because it's all coming from North Africa and the Middle East. That's a complete different culture than traditional European culture. And it's going to bring problems. They are only weakening their own system. And it's going to continue to happen. And Canada specifically along our northern border, once a country of like strong, stoic humor, people who had a lot of great senses of humor, Canadians. Like if they cracked on you, you didn't mind because they were great. But Canada is now Trudeau. It's like the whole country, these once stoic, strong men have all turned into metrosexuals like Trudeau. Like when I look at that guy, I think he was a drama teacher in high school or whatever. And I'm not saying all Canadian men. Obviously, you get out to Alberta and Saskatchewan, and I know people in Ontario who think like us and believe in us, but they're so overwhelmed in Canada with the culture of left. And they really have contempt for America. And I'm not just saying the Canadians, it's the Australians, it's the Brits, it's the French, and it's the Germans. And they sneer at us. They completely sneer at us. But now that I've thrown them all under the bus, and I will continue to do so, I want to talk about where I think that, where the future partnerships should be. And one of them is obviously has been a long time partner is Japan. And Japan has people problem. They're not birthing enough of their own people. And they don't really allow immigration. So they have definitely have challenges. By the way, I was in Japan a couple of years ago. It was a fascinating place to visit. Our kids actually went out with other kids late at night in Tokyo. That's how safe it is. If we were in Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York, or DC, the kids after dinner, it's like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. Hey, do you mind if we go here or there? And we're like, no, you can. And we're only there 5 days, and you already realize the culture and the safety there is tremendous. The good thing about Japan now, too, is they have a female prime minister, and I'll butcher her name, Takahashi. And she is a modern-day Margaret Thatcher. She is definitely an ally of MAGA. Okay, the next country that we got to continue to work with, our new friendship. And I don't mean that we're going to give them a ton of money or whatever. We need mutual friendships, not where after World War II, we're the biggest, most powerful country in the world. And we just start giving gifts out around the world to rebuild them. But what happened is we never stopped. It's kind of they became spoiled children. But these new relationships will have a different dynamic. So India, we got to have a long-term, very positive. They are a buffer against China. A lot of Indians speak English, technically savvy. They have massive human capital. So they're on the block as a great partner in the future. I got a few more of these, and I'm going to go through them when we get back, who our new friendships should be with, and who we should start kind of not totally making them our enemies, but we're going to hang around with them less, and that's old Europe. We'll be back after this break.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
This year, flavor doesn't walk. It runs wild. At P.F. Chang's, we're charging into the year of the horse with bold new wok-fired dishes like pork belly bao buns and refreshing cocktails like the Midnight Gallop. P.F. Chang's beloved red envelope tradition returns, adding a surprise element to every visit during the Lunar New Year. Each guest receives a red envelope revealing a special offer redeemable on a future visit. Celebrate the Lunar New Year with flavor that runs wild at P.F. Chang's. Valid for dine-in only while supplies last. Details at pfchangs.com.
Philadelphia homeowners, your home is one of your biggest investments. Closet Factory helps you protect it by adding custom storage solutions designed to last. From closets and home offices to garages and pantries, Closet Factory creates American-made, custom-built organization that increases function, beauty, and long-term value. Call 215-461-4013 today or visit closetfactory.com. Closet Factory, smart storage built the right way.
Tune in tonight starting at 7 p.m. for the Bob Pantano Saturday Night Dance Party. Live from Adelphia in Deptford, the Bob Pantano Saturday Night Dance Party is broadcast exclusively on 98.1 HD2 and Bob Pantano Dance Party Radio on the Odyssey app. Driven by Echelon Ford.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840. 800-354-2840.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is Jordan Lundy of Lundy Law. When we say we hope you're never the victim of a rideshare accident, we mean it. But if you should suffer a rideshare injury, we'll work quickly to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. And we mean it when we say there are never any upfront fees, ever. And we only get paid when your case is over and you get paid. Remember our name, Lundy Law, your injury lawyers. Call 1-800-LUNDY-LAW or visit lundylaw.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now you can listen to Talk Radio 1210 WPHT on the iHeartRadio app.
Welcome back to 1210 WPHT here in Philadelphia. Our call-in number is 855-839-1210. This is Tom Azelby. I was talking about kind of finding new friends for our country. Our old friends, the Europeans, that's Great Britain, Germany and France, and then I look at Australia and Canada. I think of those five. They've culturally changed. They've moved further to the left, and we've given a lot more than we've taken from them. And I believe I was going through some of we should be hanging out with more, who our new friends are for the future. Not that we totally eliminate our relationships with them, but we tone them down. I actually think they are in extreme decline, and they are managing their decline. And we would have been in the same situation if Trump didn't come along. But now we're building our future. I think they're just managing their demise. This is one thing I want to point out. The Europeans actually believe if they break some of their strategic relationships and trading relationships with the United States, that China is going to fill the gap for them. And they actually think they can outsmart China. China is an aggressive, communist, capitalist culture that the Europeans will get eaten alive. And a perfect example of that is they have always been wary of Russia. Then they should have been aware of this. I mean, listen, they have a lot of big strategic thinkers over there themselves in Europe, or at least you hope so. But they let Russia control not all, but so much of their energy. Every gas pipeline that Putin built right into Europe. And they actually thought, like, here they are buying his gas on his pipelines. Do you know how much control someone has over you when they're controlling all that energy coming into your countries? And did you ever think to yourselves, oh my God, if things go, this guy's a dictator. They're always telling you how brutal and dangerous he is, and he is. But these people are, showing up at his gas pump every day. They built the pipelines right into their countries. And so if they think they're going to manage China and Xi Jinping, they are going to have a very difficult time. So let's get back to who are the countries I think we should be kind of buddying up to, as they say, and building relationships with, two-way relationships, what works for them and it works for us, unlike our relationship with the countries I just talked about, which, quite frankly, if you did look at the trade deals before the tariffs, they were ripping us off. So we like Japan. Japan is a great ally over there. It's a buffer, and Japan needs to arm itself. Get over that 80-year-old, Japan can never have an army, blah, blah, blah. There are even some Japanese that don't think that giant dragon of China is breathing down their neck. Arming Japan and making them as powerful as possible is a great strategy for the future. India, massive human capital. They're great in tech, and they're an economic buffer against China. Poland, I love the Polish. Military muscle. I think they got the biggest land military in Europe. They know how to fight. Unlike the Frenchman, he's eating his baguette. The Englishman's at the pub drinking. I mean, if you put the Polish up against any of those countries I just compared to, the Polish are a tough people. They hate the EU. That is that giant governing body of all the Europeans. The Polish also believe in God, which is a plus. That means there's something bigger than your own life here, that you'll fight for something bigger than yourself. Always remember that. That's why atheists drive me nuts, but I'll go into that on another time. Anyway, listen, the Polish people are not European skinny jean soy boys. There's no doubt about that. Okay, Mexico. Mexico is such a critical partner for us, so critical for us. What we need to do, and listen, it's complicated, but the cartels are like a government within the government of Mexico. And Trump has made moves down in Venezuela. He just worked things out with Colombia. It looks like we're pressuring Cuba. He really wants to get that Marxism and communist left socialist out of our region. And that is the Western Hemisphere. We're in control of that. So if we can come up with a good strategic way to weaken the cartels to a certain extent, and we have, because we've closed our border. Joe Biden let that border wide open. These cartels got rich on human beings. You want to talk about a modern slave trade. Never mind the narcotics. the slave trade. I could explain how that works. It's like when people come over, they're actually, it's like taking a loan from the bank or a mortgage, and they make payments to a local guy in their community. It's crazy what we allowed to happen with that immigration, how rich we made the cartels. But Mexico, a key partner for the future. Hungary, oh my God, another one. They can't stand the elites of the European Union. They got manpower, they got cheap labor, they got strong borders, and they're strategically located militarily. Democrats should, because the Democrats want to invade Russia. They're like, all of a sudden, all these women were, Hillary ladies were ready, 50 pounds, 100 pounds overweight. They're ready to go run and fight the Russians with their Ukraine flags. But Hungary has a very good strategic location up against the Russians. Taiwan. Taiwan's a tough one. We might lose it to China. That's my opinion, because I don't know if it happened tomorrow or if we're ready to take that on at this point. But so if China took it, I really don't know how the chips will fall there. And by the way, no pun intended on that. They do make a lot of our chips, but I think we're trying to get that straightened out here in America. A lot of stuff is going to be starting to get made in America. But if it happened tomorrow, obviously there'd be big problems. So Taiwan, to me, I'm like AOC. She couldn't answer the question either. Taiwan's a tough one. I don't know if that's the if that's the sword we die on. But these Eastern Bloc countries are becoming very interesting. The Czech Republic, Hungary, Slavica. How do I pronounce that? I'm probably butchering it. But anyway, one other country, which I think French for the future, Vietnam. They're communist capitalists, no doubt about it. But one good thing is they hate China. So they might not, and we don't have to turn everybody into a democratic republic. Vietnam is communist, but they love capitalism, and they don't like China. They want American money. Now, China wanted American money, which they got, but China had bigger ambitions. They not only wanted our money, they wanted our IP, our intellectual property. They wanted our data. China wants our soul, and they really do. China wants to eat us alive. And so I'll say this, because there is a big element of the MAGA movement, and I don't know how big it is. They just might be the loudest speakers on X, meaning they're just loud and they're chirping a lot. The bit of the Epstein crowd, which I'll continue to say is a nothing burger. They'll probably get three. I've always said it's allegedly it's Leon Black, David Copperfield, the Prince, and I think they got another guy. But I think a lot of charges against them will fall out. Where I don't want to go down the Epstein rabbit hole. Oh my God, you can get sucked down there so easy. You got to be careful. But there is an element of isolationism in the MAGA party, where they don't want us to get involved in anything, even bombing the Iranian nuclear plants after Israel kind of destroyed all their defenses. They're like, don't do it. This has been a problem forever. That was an easy, well, I'm not saying it was an easy mission, but it was a mission we had to do. There you go. You got to, it's all exposed. Now go blow it up. That's what you do. But we will get involved in things. Just Trump handles it so well. Because you know why? Trump's attitude is our military is there to protect us and destroy our enemies. It's not to build water treatment plants. It's not to build voting booths like we were trying to do in Afghanistan and Iraq. And everyone knows this. He goes in to punish you, to get you to contain you or eradicate you. That's his plan. And that's why it's the Department of War now, not the Department of Defense. It's the Department of War. It's not nation building. It's not the Department of Nation Building anymore. And at times, we will have to use our force to whack-a-mole. So anyway, I think we're in the right direction. I think if we kind of do an alignment with the countries I just rattled off and move away from old Europe and Canada and Australia, I think it's in our best interest. But then again, I'm not an expert in this. This is just a guy on Saturday morning's opinion. So don't take, well, I'm sure no one's taking it as gospel. But anyway, we'll be back after this break.
Let's be honest, the hearing aid industry is broken. Overpriced clinics, pushy appointments, bills of $5,000 or more. That's the trap they hope you fall into. Don't let it happen. Audien Hearing is the escape. Their FDA-registered hearing aids cost just a fraction of the big brands, starting at only $98. Instead of paying as much as $5,000 plus all the doctor appointments and wasted time, you get what you need with no prescriptions, no office visits, no time wasted, and no crazy price tag. Call 800-700-HEAR. That's HEAR. Audien's cutting-edge devices are rechargeable, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. Try them risk-free for 45 days with lifetime support and real human help just a phone call away. Over 1 million people have already said yes to Audien Hearing. Join them. Don't let them take advantage of you. Break free from the trap. Call now 800-700-HEAR. That's HEAR for a very special offer. 800-700-HEAR or 800-700-4327.
When it comes to your home, you shouldn't have to roll the dice with a small contractor or pay the high prices of a giant one. At Lemus Remodeling Group, a family-owned company, you get the perfect balance. Expert exterior remodeling from a team that's nationally recognized and neighborhood trusted. From roofing and siding to windows, doors, and gutters, the Lemus team delivers quality work, honest pricing, and a home that feels brand new. Call 610-GO-LEMUS to schedule your free consultation today or visit their website at golemus.com. Lemus Remodeling Group. Trust Lemus for a lifetime.
For more expert appliance shopping advice, here's National Appliance Warehouse's own appliance guru.
More appliances are sold in February than any other month, which is why you'll be bombarded by President's Day sale ads. Brands offer deep discounts to take advantage of this busy time. National Appliance Warehouse is driven to offer the lowest prices year-round, especially during the appliance industry's biggest sale. They leverage their massive buying power to guarantee the lowest prices for their customers and use Price Assure to deliver that promise. Your greatest weapon against paying too much for new appliances is National Appliance Warehouse with Price Assure. As always, our friendly professionals will match you with the perfect appliances and an enjoyable experience, all with the lowest prices.
The President's Day mega sale is underway at National Appliance Warehouse. Save on over 100 brands, up to an amazing 40% off, including Whirlpool appliances. Click nationalappliancewarehouse.com or visit their showroom in tax-free Wilmington today.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Why does it matter to members that Aetna was named a Best Medicare Advantage company by U.S. News & World Report? Because they chose a plan that gives them real support, real people, and real care. We show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when needed. We show up with access to convenient care options and coverage that fits everyday life. We don't show up for awards. We show up for you. And showing up for you is how healthier happens together.
Yo, Doylestown. We know your favorite station is 1210 WPHT.
Welcome back to 1210 WPHT here in Philadelphia. This is Tom Azelby. Well, our guest from Minnesota, Zach X, we're going to be bringing him on in a minute. Zach was out doing his First Amendment right. He was out protesting against ICE out in Minnesota in front of a hostile crowd. And I think we'll learn a little bit more about how he does it and when he does it. But they started antagonizing and putting a bullhorn in his ear, and all hell broke loose. And I got to say, I'm going to play the video, Kirk, if we have it, with the audio. Now, I know for the listeners who aren't streaming right now, we won't do it long, but you should find this video. It's Zach X. And, Zach can handle himself. And he had a hostile mob coming after him. And let me tell you, I was impressed with his ability to defend himself and and he can throw hands. There's no doubt about that. So let's play that video, Kirk. Kirk, are we playing that video? Oh, there we go. Okay, all right. So just because there's a lot of people listening, you can't see the stream. Complete chaos. It's a brawl, but it's one man against the mob, and that man is Zach X. And I want to welcome to 1210 WPHT in Philadelphia. Zach, are you there, my friend?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Hey, Zach, it's great to have you. And I think a lot of people have seen that video, and I want people to go see it for two reasons. The first reason being that, you're a gutsy guy out there, expressing your First Amendment, and you were literally attacked by a mob. And I got to say, I was very impressed with your ability to defend yourself. And listen, I want to say this too. I want to put a caveat. You are now working with an attorney. There are some charges. So I would say to you, and me and you talked about this, that you have to be very careful this morning what you say, because you have a case that you need to win. So, but what can you tell us about that day? And I want to ask you, before it happened, did you ever, I guess you've mentally have always been prepared, because you go out there, you're a protester. So I guess in the back of your mind, you always think like, hey, this could go bad. But what's your feelings about that?
My feelings are these are uncaged animals. Yesterday I went down to the DeWolk Farmers little protest deal, and immediately I walk up and people get in my face and try to fight with me. Almost every time I walk up to one of these protests, I'm assaulted, if not every time. It's a reoccurring thing that just happens with these people. I used to think it was like maybe 10% of them, but it really seems like it's 50 or 60% at this point.
Well, so you're not a quitter, even after this incident, which is kind of creating probably a little bit of a headache for you, or a big headache for you.
Yeah.
But you're still committed in your mission.
Yeah, I'm not giving up. They can't do anything to deter me. I really felt like God spoke to me and chose me for this. So here I am. They've taken my job. They've gotten me demonetized on Facebook. There's no attack that they haven't done on me yet, and I'm still here, and I'm still trying to be the voice for Americans that are the silent majority, and they don't really show up unless it's at the voting poll.
Let me ask you something. Your employer, was that based on the video where you reigned the champ? You were the reigning champ. After that, did your employer let you go?
No, it was actually before that. This all started with me just filming my experiences shopping in my hometown, St. Cloud, Minnesota. The Somali population has really overtaken everything else around here, and the stores have really shown the effect of them on our community. So it was just taking videos of how disrespectful and unthoughtful they are of people trying to shop in their stores, and how the announcements aren't even in English anymore, and people you can't even ask at Walmart for help and they don't know where this item is because they can't understand your English. It's just it really got.
I saw that video.
Did you?
Yes, I saw that video, and I thought it was so interesting. I don't think I couldn't believe like that if you were in that Walmart, which is a giant store, which is there for everybody. I was like shocked at how no one seemed to. Well, the video shows it. No one can help you because they don't speak the language.
100%. And yeah, they trespassed me. One of the workers tried asking me not to record. I told him it's my right, blah, blah, blah. He tried arguing with me. Security came. I laughed at him. And then a week later, I got a trespass from Walmart.
And that's when your employer decided to let you go.
Well, people started saying false reviews on the company's business page that I was a racist.
I get
because
that. Well, I can see how an employer. Was it a small business or a large business?
It's actually one of the largest boat dealers in Minnesota. So
right, yeah. No, everyone's going to protect their brand. So it stinks for you, but I kind of get it when it gets into the business thing. Just I get it. It is unfortunate, but hopefully another boat dealer or distributor or whatever picks you up because. You know what? You got a brand of a guy who's fearless. And I want to ask you about that. That day when you were out in that park or wherever you were, when all hell broke loose, did you think, "Oh my God, I'm in big trouble now," or did you just the adrenaline kicked in and you just said, "I'm not going down"?
It's one of those deals where I've been jumped before, and you know the feeling of everybody coming at you, and it's very very scary in the moment. Like everybody thinks I'm just this big macho man, but I was literally fighting for my life and fighting to protect my hearing. So it's a crazy situation, and things just go down, and you're just in the mix, I guess is the best way to put it. Like I didn't go down there. I walked up to them with a megaphone and a American flag, and everybody acts like I was just going there to fight, and they're trying to put this case against me because I made a video beforehand going into the cities, and the title is "Going into the Danger," knowing these people are dangerous and knowing I could get killed or attacked the judge or whoever is trying to say because I was listening to this song that I had intentions to hurt somebody or this and that. And they're really just trying to play every social media card against me they can.
Let me ask you this. There's instincts in people. There's fight, flight, and then there's freeze. And your fight instinct kicked in. Did you have any background in defending yourself? Because you threw some knockout punches. It actually, one of them looked like a cartoon where a guy you terminated a threat. And if anyone's listening, you were terminating a threat coming at you very aggressively. But it actually looked like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. The guy came storming up, you hit him in the chin, he stood up and fell backwards. But so I was very impressed with your skills. And I'm wondering, do you have any training in that, or did you just grow up tough in a tough neighborhood and every once in a while you had to go at it? Like, where did that fight instinct kicked in from?
Yeah, I had a 4-year-old brother that used to beat the crap out of me on a pretty regular basis because I would beat him in sports. So I think it all kind of stemmed from there. And I'll just be completely honest with you. I've never trained. I've never been in a professional fight. And before that incident, it was 10-plus years since I had to defend myself like that. So,
well, let me tell you this, Zach. We got to go to commercial, but I want to tell you this, and I'm going to let you tell the audience how they can help you. Your skills that day are very admirable. Your fight instinct, you did a great job of defending yourself. And one quick question, then I want you to tell us how people can help you. Once the video ends, how do you get out of there with your head still on your shoulders?
They chased me into my car and everything. You never let you never expose your back. That's my best advice
absolutely.
to people. You gotta always have your head on a swivel with these people, especially. Never let them get behind you. You gotta understand these people are very, very sneaky about what they do, and they want to hurt us.
No doubt about it. That crowd was a mob. So, Zach, how can the audience, if they want to help you, because you do have some fees coming up, legal fees, how could the audience help you? Where can they reach you?
Yeah, you can reach me on Facebook. I don't know how long I'll have that profile. It keeps getting banned and reported falsely. My name is Zach X, ZAKX. If you want to help my cause, you can donate to my Venmo. You can send money to my PayPal. There's a Give, Send, Go for me. Most of that stuff is on my Facebook or Instagram bio. So I do appreciate everybody that has donated, and it means a lot to me. I'm kind of viewer funded, so when those funds dry up, I'm kind of back to being a normal press citizen, you know.
Oh, all right. We got to go to break, Zach, but you know what? I'm so glad you came on, and I was the audience, I can tell, is lighting up the YouTube's chat group. So great job. Good luck. And I hope you win your case. We got to go to break.
Hola, amigos! It's a big noise. Brad Evans from BetMGM Tonight. Listen Monday through Friday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern on Westwood One Sports as we cover the biggest sports stories from coast to coast. Get insights on the NFL playoffs, college basketball conference races, and more. Download the Odyssey app now and listen from anywhere. BetMGM Tonight, live and interactive, presented by BetMGM. Tune in, Team Huevos.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. You know, the big wireless companies say they have discounts for people over 55, but unless you're willing to sit on hold and ask, you're probably paying more than you should. At Consumer Cellular, there's nothing to hunt down. We're built for people 50 plus with plans starting at just $20. And our 100% US-based customer service actually answers the phone. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today and get your second month free for a limited time.
Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
Plant the seeds for financial freedom while simplifying your banking for everyday spending with a growth checking account at First Harvest Credit Union. Earn up to 2% annual percentage yield on balances of $1,000 or more. Visit firstharvestcu.com/growthchecking or stop by your nearest branch to get started. Harvest your financial freedom and explore other available savings options, such as our growth savings and competitive share and IRA certificate accounts. Membership restrictions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
Valentine's Day is here. If you're still deciding on a gift, here's an idea. Stop by Family & Company Jewelers in Marlton. They still have a huge selection of 24-karat gold-dipped roses in just about any color you can imagine. Something thoughtful that's made to last. You'll find them right on Route 70 in Marlton, New Jersey at Family & Company Jewelers, South Jersey's Valentine's Day destination.
If your old heater decides to call it quits in the middle of winter, no biggie! Horizon Heating and Cooling are your local experts at keeping you warm inside while kicking the cold to the curb. We'll be there to help same day, with no emergency fees, even on nights and weekends. Horizon even replaces your broken unit the next day with free estimates available. And right now, trade in your old unit and get up to $5,000 toward a new HVAC system installation. So don't let heating issues stress you out. Book horizonservices.com today.
Do you know your numbers? What numbers? Your heart health numbers, your blood pressure, your cholesterol, your blood sugar, and your body mass index. They're important, so ask your doctor. Learn your numbers, and if something doesn't seem right with them, see a Deborah specialist at one of our offices throughout South Jersey. After all, when it's your heart, you don't take chances. Find a specialist near you at demanddeborah.org.
What's up, everybody? I'm Nick Costos, and watching sports isn't a hobby, it's a lifestyle. And my show is not a job, it's a passion. From the NFL playoffs to the NBA and everything in between, celebrate sports with me every day on You Better You Bet from 9 a.m. to noon Eastern. Download the Odyssey app now and listen to Westwood One Sports from anywhere. It's You Better You Bet with me, Nick Costos, live and interactive Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to noon Eastern, presented by BetMGM.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell, definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. Do you feel stupid for buying a timeshare? Don't. It's not your fault. You were most likely told you could rent it, and it was a great financial investment. And the deal was available today only. If this happened to you, contact your resort or Wesley Financial Group for help today.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-939-1441. 800-939-1441.
Free speech lives here. With Dom Giordano, weekdays noon till 3 on Odyssey's #1 talk station, 1210 WPHT.
Hey, welcome back to 1210 WPHT. This is Tom Azelby wrapping up our hour. Zach X, get a chance, go see that video, watching him defend himself against a mob of anti-ICE, I don't know what you call them, rioters, agitators. Well, I can't call them rioters. I'll call them insurrectionists. The anti-ICE insurrectionists. Anyway, I think we do have a call, and I think we have Jim who's been holding on the line. Jim, are you with me?
Hey, Tom, how you doing this morning?
How are you, Jim?
Good, good. Real quick, couple things. Number one, the Howard Lutnick situation. You know, I don't know about this Epstein thing, but my question is, why in October 2025, when he had that interview with Miranda Devine, the New York Post reporter, where he specifically said that he would have no contact at all with Epstein after his one contact where they were neighbors, and then we find out what happened in the Epstein files.
Wait. Stop. Jim, you're getting ahead of yourself. We're having a conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
Who are you talking about? Trump?
No, I'm talking about Howard Lutnick.
Oh, okay. So what, Howard Lutnick had conversations with Epstein?
No. Well, Howard Lutnick did an interview in October 2025 with Miranda Devine. I don't know if you know Miranda Devine. She's a big New York
from
Post.
the New York Post. Yes, of course. I'm a huge fan of hers. Huge fan.
So I don't know if you saw that tape or not, where Howard came on her show, and it's been on a million times, where he specifically said that Jeffrey Epstein was his neighbor, and he and his wife went over to dinner at Epstein's place back in 2000. Oh boy, I want to say 2006, 2007. And after he walked out of there, he saw what was going on there, and he explained what Epstein had said to him. It was pretty inappropriate. And then Howard Lutnick told Miranda.
Stop right there. What did Howard Lutnick say that Epstein told him? Because you could go to dinner with someone, Jim, and hold on, let me finish.
Right.
You could go to dinner with someone and be like, you know, I don't like that guy. He's a little too creepy. I do that all the time. I judge everything. That's how you don't get into bad business deals, bad relationships. So Lutnick might have said, I don't like this guy. He's dangerous. Did he say something?
No, he didn't say that. He said, no. He said that Jeffrey Epstein took him to his massage room at his apartment. And he said, and you know what, Howard? I get the right kind of massages there. I can't believe you have not seen this tape. It's been on a million times.
Hey, listen. Don't tell me what I need to watch or don't watch. The guy likes massages. There's a lot of guys who say that stuff to other guys. Did he say he did it with younger ladies, younger girls?
The point was,
that's the
Howard
point.
told Miranda, I will never, ever have any dealings, me or my wife or my family, with Jeffrey Epstein ever again. And then you know what happened.
What happened?
That in the Epstein files, not only did Howard Lutnick visit his island with his family, but he had some business deals with Jeffrey.
Okay,
I
get that.
You're not familiar with the story?
No, I'm not. Listen, because I don't care about the Epstein. I got to let you go, but I'm going to comment it. So hang on, and you can call back next week if you want to go at it. Okay. About this Lutnick thing, I don't know if he went down to Epstein Island to do the business. He went with his family. A lot of people did business. A lot of people are getting roped into this who did nothing. But Jim wants some excuse because Jim most likely hates Lutnick, hates Trump, and hates MAGA. There's thousands of people that did business, but they weren't, and most of them were Democrats. Woody Allen, Katie Couric, Stephanopoulos, all at dinner with Epstein after he went to prison for sexual misconduct. These people are, listen, the Epstein's thing, nothing burger. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Saturday.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/life. That's ethos.com/life. Paid spokesperson. Times